In 1975, I heard that Maharishi was going to come to the Merv Griffin show. And I got very, very excited. Has anybody here seen Twin Peaks? Okay, Catherine Coulson is the log lady. And we were working on my first feature, Eraserhead, and Catherine had started meditating the same day I started. So I said, Catherine, we gotta get there early. This place is gonna be packed. And so we planned it and got going very, very early. We drove up Vine Street toward the theater, and already there were 200 or 300 people in line. I said, Catherine, we blew it completely. Now, hurry up and park, and let's get in line and make a plan. We're standing in line, and I said, okay, Catherine, there's so many people in front of us. Let's not even worry about being downstairs. As soon as we get in, get my hand, and we're gonna make a beeline to the balcony, and maybe we can get into the front row of the balcony. So that was the plan, but the line was not moving. And then all the noise seemed to disappear from the world. A car had pulled up in front of the theater, and way in the distance I saw Maharishi get out of the back, and it really became silent. All I heard was a little, his sandals. And as soon as he disappeared in the door, all the sounds came back again. Finally, we get to the door and give the tickets. I grab Catherine's hand, we start moving through the lobby, and a man came out behind a curtain. And he said, you. And I turned around, and he was pointing at me, and he said, you, to Catherine, come with me. So we went with this man, and I was very upset because we were really gonna get to the balcony, and here's this guy foiling the plans. So he took us to the front row, center, 2 chairs, told us to sit, and took off. And this girl next to me said to me, who are you? And I said, I'm nobody. And she said, well, you must be somebody. You're sitting in the middle of the 108s. So that's where I saw the Merv Griffin show. Pretty great. We don't realize how many worries and stresses and tensions or depressions or like this anger, fears that kind of destroy a good feeling in life and interfere with so many things. If you could get a technique to dissolve that, start that lifting away, and at the same time infusing gold, pure consciousness. This ocean within of pure consciousness, fullness of consciousness, is also infinite creativity, infinite intelligence, infinite love, infinite happiness, infinite energy, infinite dynamic peace. Who would not want to experience that? Maharishi gives a mantra. A mantra is a very specific sound, vibration, thought. Maharishi's mantra turns the awareness 180 degrees within, and then one naturally dives through subtler levels of mind and intellect. At the border of intellect, you transcend to unbounded, infinite, eternal consciousness, ocean.
Personally, I play the guitar when I get stressed. Should I try TM instead?
In that case, you try TM in conjunction with the guitar.
Okay.
Then there'll be even more enjoyment with the guitar.
Okay.
Guitar ideas will flow more freely. You'll get some kind of great way with it. It comes from within. And all other aspects of life will improve along with it.
Okay.
You just get to be a more happy camper.
And I will be a better guitar player also?
Better.
Okay, thank
Better.
you.
Yeah. There's so much information coming into people, and so much of it is negative. It's causing a big turmoil in people, and sometimes a lot of stress. A lot of negativity is out there that we absorb, and it makes a heavy weight, and it hurts the human beings. It hurts us. We find happiness out there, but we know, because we live in a world of change, that happiness is very intense, then it starts to recede, and pretty soon we're looking over here for happiness.
Would you like some coffee?
Yeah, maybe a latte macchiato.
Sorry, I can't do that.
I think a lot of people associate your work with something dark and even some menacing elements. Isn't it a paradox that you use positive energy to create characters like Frank Booth in Blue Velvet?
I love to make a world, and I like to go into different worlds and have an experience. And that's what cinema provides, a world that we can go into to have an experience. But it doesn't really change people. It can inspire people or depress people, but it doesn't really change them. Not significantly. You don't have to suffer to show the suffering. An artist that's really suffering can't do the art, doesn't get the ideas. Suffering. It's been a romantic idea that artists need to have a kind of anger or a melancholy, be a starving artist in the garret. And I say that's a great way to get girls, because then they feel sorry for you and they come and they cook you a meal and like that. So, but if they're really suffering, they can't do their work. And it's romantic to other people, but it's not so romantic to be starving in a cold garret. You really can't work so good.
Something religious also?
No.
Are you taking them out?
It's not a religion.
Could it be for religious people?
It's people of all religions practice this technique. It's not against any religion, and it itself isn't a religion. I'm an artist. I don't want to belong to any sect, any kind of club. I want my freedom. This is a technique that makes life better, feeds the work. You know, there are in our world, many fringe groups that do strange things, and people, heard about this, off and on in the news for years. So it's understandable. But, because some groups do strange things doesn't mean all groups do strange things.
Has anyone made fun of you when you talk about all these things?
Not really. It's strange. I worried about that. But they don't, because we're human beings. In a big group, maybe at the beginning, there might be some snickers or something like this, strange smiles. But one-on-one especially, because we're all seekers, we all want to know, and we sense the truth when we hear it. We sense the truth when we hear it. There's 600 or 700 research studies from around the world that verify the technique as one that truly works, and verify so many benefits. It's in maybe 20 schools now, whereas the foundation started, it's been maybe 3, and it might be in more, but so far the David Lynch Foundation has helped start 150,000 students meditating. People meditating. So it's started, and the schools that have it for the whole school have turned from schools that some of these schools are the worst in their state to a school, like I said, you would like to go to. Changed it completely. very, very beautiful and very important for education, because education now is a pathetic joke most places. Kids aren't learning, teachers are sick of teaching, there's so many problems in the schools, and the solutions to them are not taking care of the problems. So it continues, and not only does it continue, but it pretty much continues to get worse and worse and worse. There's so much stress in the world, and they're absorbing it like crazy, these kids. And stress leads to, besides stress-related illness, it leads to strange and unproductive behavior. All the well-wishers, they try to fix the education, but it's all surface. None of it addresses the things inside the students that's killing them. This cleans the machine, infuses it with gold.
Thank you so much.
You bet.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Sometimes ideas come in meditation, but meditation is to expand that consciousness and those positive qualities. Meditation is to achieve higher states of consciousness, unfold your full potential as a human being. And along the way, ideas come easier. On Mulholland Drive, I got the opportunity one day, finally this contract was signed, I could turn it into a feature film from a pilot for television. And I had zero ideas. And here comes the pressure. And I meditated that evening, same as every day, but this time I say like a string of pearls, every idea came. I met Fellini twice. Once when he was shooting a thing called Intervista with Tonino Delacoli. And I got to spend the day with Fellini. And then some years later, I went to Rome to shoot a Barilla pasta commercial. And the DP was Tonino Delacoli. And Fellini was in a hospital up in the northern part of Italy, and I heard he was being moved to Rome to a hospital. And I asked Tonino, do you think we could go visit Fellini? And Tonino said, yes, I think we could. And we were going to go on a Thursday night. We got a call from Fellini's niece, who said he's doing tests tonight, maybe tomorrow night. Friday night we went. I sat down in a little chair across from him. He held my hand, and we talked for a half an hour. And it was really beautiful. And he told me he was kind of sad the way things were changing. He used to meet students for coffees in the morning, and they'd talk cinema, and they'd get all pumped up. And he said, lately, David, they don't come. They're watching TV, and they're, you know, the cinema is changed for them. And had a great visit with Fellini. Then I, next day, flew to Paris, and the next day we were watching the news and heard Fellini had gone into a coma. So very fortunate that I got to see him when I did, and it was real beautiful. If you all started meditating, and we all liked sunsets, pictures of sunsets. It would be very, very strange. It doesn't happen that way. You like what you like, but you actually like more than what you used to like. And things that you used to hate, you sort of like forgive that thing, and you sort of appreciate the fact that somebody even did it, and you see they're very happy doing that. It's like more of appreciation for everything grows. It's all okay. And you guys all take real good care of yourselves and stay happy, and stay in touch. Thanks. Thanks.
Det er et teppe som er vevd, som skulle være en gave til David Lynch Foundation, for å vise min takknemlighet overfor David Lynch sine arbeid, og for at han startet David Lynch Foundation.
Beautiful. Now this might have to be in the headquarters of the David Lynch on the wall. That's really, really beautiful work. Way to go.
Thank you.
Bless your heart. Thanks a lot. That's great.
Jeg heter Tuji, er 23 år, og jeg har meditert i cirka litt over et år.
Jeg heter Silje og er 36 år og har meditert i 19 år.
Wow.
Det var interessant også å høre på en måte hva han sa om kunst og hvordan han jobbet med kunst. Det var veldig viktig for meg fordi vi hadde veldig lik tilnærming, og det var ikke jeg klar over.
I og med at jeg kom hit uten å vite noen ting om David Lynch og sett filmene hans eller noen ting, så ble jeg likevel ekstremt inspirert av han. Det ser ut til at han er et forbilde for veldig mange mennesker, og etter å ha møtt han så skjønner jeg godt hvorfor. Han er en mektig energi rundt seg og har en stor presence. Absolutt.
Alle syntes jeg var rar som begynte på meditasjon. Det er 19 år siden. Og det var liksom sånn helt utenkelig at folk skulle på en måte rundt meg skulle ta det spesielt seriøst, det må jeg bare si. Så jeg var veldig alene, husker jeg. Altså, det var et par andre, men det var ikke så mange. Men nå er det liksom en helt annet fokus på det, og på en måte det er blitt stuereint.
Jeg vet ikke, det gir deg en mulighet til å, i stedet for at du jobber mot tankene dine, så lar du dem bare flow, bare la dem komme egentlig, og komme i harmoni med dem, bli venner med dem, rett og slett.
Everybody here in Norway was so kind and great and very receptive to what they heard, and gives a good feeling for the future. Very good.